CCICs, or C6, refer to Commercial Cyber Intrusion Capabilities. In essence, this encapsulates the tools and services that can be used to conduct offensive operations against IT systems. This could include bespoke products such as spyware tools and hacking-for-hire services. Some CCIC tools and services may be commercially available to all consumers. Others may be very niche and intended for specific clientele such as intelligence communities and law enforcement. Some CCIC tools may be freely available as open source code or widely disseminated as illegitimate cracked versions. CCICs are, in this respect, a microcosm of a fundamental challenge of 21st century statecraft. Our societies and our livelihoods have become interconnected and rely on vulnerable interconnected digital systems, whilst our systems of governance are bordered along national boundaries. Navigating this challenge is not easy, and there are few, if any, silver bullets. But as we come to rely on IT systems more and more, it is essential that countries work together to safeguard our collective communities. Why are CCICs in focus? CCICs have recently been in the spotlight because they have been the focus of an international diplomatic dialogue known as the Pall Mall Process. The purpose of this dialogue has been to find ways for countries, industry and civil society to encourage responsible use of CCICs whilst discouraging bad practices. CCIC tools present unique challenges for governance and regulation because, in essence, they're either partly or exclusively computer code. This makes it harder for governments to implement control mechanisms that they would typically apply to other offensive systems such as missiles, nuclear materials or fighter jets. The Pall Mall Process is therefore significant. It has brought states, industry and civil society together to identify challenges and opportunities relating to the CCIC issue. If we focus on spyware in particular, this is a potent capability that can enhance a country's cyber intrusion potential. With some variants of spyware, all you need is a target's phone number. If you successfully infect the target's mobile device, you can potentially listen to their calls, read their messages, listen to their microphone, and so on. This capability has obvious and important uses in law enforcement and intelligence community applications, empowering agencies to identify threats, fight crime, and keep citizens safe. Of course, there are also risks of misuse and human rights breaches. Organizations such as Amnesty International, Citizen Lab, and Access Now have raised public awareness of such abuses of power. In the years ahead, what are some particular challenges that CCICs pose? Obviously, as we've just mentioned, at the extreme end there are instances of abuses of power and misuse of tools that can be especially harmful for impacted individuals and communities. In an international society, this should understandably cause concern for all. More broadly, the CCIC issue is here to stay. We can't put this cat back in the box. CCICs exist because it is simply not possible to create perfectly secure interconnected IT systems. There will always be vulnerabilities to discover and to exploit. As cybersecurity firms and software developers identify and patch existing known vulnerabilities, fresh and hitherto unknown vulnerabilities will be found in their place. Additionally, CCICs serve legitimate purposes. Governments and the private sector will continue to need them to pen test systems, to empower law enforcement, and so on. At the same time, however, those same tools can be used or repurposed to cause unnecessary or even illegal harm. Because we can't, and frankly shouldn't, ban CCICs outright through prohibitions, we will instead need to continue to have conversations about guardrails, regulations, laws, and guidance that promote good practices and disincentivize bad practices. This endeavour will necessitate ongoing time, energy and willpower amongst collective countries through multiple channels of statecraft.